Oh, hello. With all these crazy stuff in the world happening right now, it's got me thinking about some of the themes found in some of Shakespeare's plays. And questions today pop up about leadership and about who really has a right to be superior to us. So today, you're going to see a collection of clips relating to the theme of usurpation and the question of who really is in charge, all from Shakespeare's famous final play. So, without further ado, Co-pilot, where's the main pilot? Act like a man already!
What are you doing here? I told you to stay in the cabin!
Where's the pilot, co-pilot?
Can't you hear us yelling? You're preventing us from helping you! You're practically helping the storm!
Keep calm, co-pilot.
Only when the storm comes down. These winds don't care if you're a prime minister. Go to the cabin, be quiet, and don't bother us.
Alright, but remember who you have on board.
Nobody I care about more than myself. You're nothing but a counselor. If you had a power to quiet the storm, we would stop attending this plane. So, use your authority, and if you can't, then go back to your cabin and ready yourself for the crash. If it's what happens. Keep working, my men. Out of my way.
I have a good feeling for this, man. Can't imagine this man dying from falling at this distance, or drowning. I see him being hanged. Let's hope the rope that hangs him is the one that gets us out of here.
Capital punishment isn't really a thing in Canada.
Well, it should be.
No! Don't bring the ship down! Whoever's yelling back there is even louder than the storm! What do you want? Shall we just give up and fall to our deaths? Better yet, let's drown in the sea below. Well, you dumb and loud! Go to hell! Well, we're already here.
Shut up, you waste of space. We'll die honorably and with pride, unlike you.
Trust me, he's not gonna drown, even if this plane is weak.
And he'll plummet to death.
Keep going, my men!
All lost, all lost.
Even Trinklot says this? Are we all gonna die?
Let's go join the prayers of the Prime Minister and his
daughter.
What is us?
No, they're on the same plane as us. I'm getting tired of this.
These drunken and stupid lazy workers, they're the reason we're all about to die. And you, co-pilot, I hope you land on your head.
He'll drown, even if every wind tears his plane apart.
Oh no! Help us! Mercy! Mercy! Goodbye to my daughter and my wife! Goodbye, my brother!
The cabin's on fire!
Come on, let's just die with the Prime Minister.
I'd give any amount of land in Canada right now for some dry land. I'd rather die on dry land than in a tempest.
Dad, if you're the one that caused the winds to roar, put them to rest. An amazing plane was wrecked, crushed to pieces. Some nobles must have been there, but the screams of the dying men have broken my heart. Those poor souls. If I had powers, I would have caught the plane before it crashed and saved the people inside.
Brando, my son, collect yourself. There's nothing to worry about. No harm was done to the plane.
Oh, woe of a day!
No harm. I have done everything for you, my dear one, my son. But you don't know who you really are. You don't know where I am from, and you don't know I am more than Prospero, master of this poor island.
I've never thought about your past.
I think it's time you knew who I really am. Give me your hand and help me take this off. I understand that the sight of the wreck has disturbed you, but you can be reassured. I used my magic to make sure that no one on the plane was hurt. Not even a hair was touched. Even the men you heard scream.
Can you actually finish this time? Every time you begin to tell me where we came from, you stop and try to get out of the conversation by saying, "To be continued."
Well, we finally have the time slot. Open your ears, listen, and be attentive. Can you remember a time before we came onto the island? I don't think you can. You were only 3 years old when it happened.
I can remember a bit. I have a faint memory of 4 or 5 women taking care of me.
You probably had even more. But how can you remember? What do you see in the abyss of the mind? If you can remember that, then can't you remember how we got onto the island?
I really can't.
It's been 12 years. 12 years since I was the Premier of British Columbia and a politician of power.
Yeah, and I'm the Pope.
Nope, you're a politician's son.
What, really? I could have been like George Bush or something. How did we go from that to this? Was it a crime?
Yes, it was a crime, but we were saved by the help of others.
Oh no. Continue.
My brother and your uncle Antonio, he's so devious. I loved him as a brother, and I trusted him with my position as a premier. I wasn't interested in being a premier. I wanted to study the arts and become a magician. His power grew as... Hey, are you listening to me? This isn't the commercial break.
I'm listening.
I had so much power. I could practically do anything I want. But I foolishly let Antonio take those powers. I neglected my own position as a premier to expand my mind. My brother's true evil intentions arose out of this new position. His ambition for power grew as he abused this position and began to sin and lie. He lied so much, he convinced himself that he was the rightful premier of BC. Oh, come on, you're definitely not listening now.
Your story could cure deafness.
My dukedom came from books and knowledge. Antonio thought I couldn't do anything, and he would get all the attention from the Prime Minister, who gave him money and more gifts.
He's the Canadian Donald Trump.
So tell me, is this really a brother?
The apple has fallen far from the tree.
The Prime Minister became an enemy, helping Antonio take BC overnight. One day, the Prime Minister sent an army, and with the help of Antonio, they were able to take over the province.
I don't even remember this and I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry just yet. We must catch up with what's happening right now.
Wait, why didn't they just kill us then and there?
Good question. The people of BC still love me, so they decided to place me and you on a horrible and rickety boat that was set to sink in the sea. You cried much that night.
Oh, I must have been such a problem that night.
You saved me, Mirando. Your smile helped me survive. It was my only hope, despite the torture of the sea.
How did we get to shore?
We were given food and materials from a really nice MP named Gonzalo. His charity is what helped us to sail to this uncharted island.
I would have loved to meet him.
We arrived on the island, and I was able to teach you and raise you properly.
And I appreciate it, but why did you raise the Tempest?
We got really lucky. Those men I was talking about earlier, Alonzo, Antonio, and all of them, they were on the plane and they've been marooned onto the island. This is my one chance to make everything right. If I fail this in any way possible, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Hey, you look a little sleepy.